Howdy all, Lex Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, so, uh, I have been out and about today, doing a little work on my base. Uh, Maybe more than a little work. Started getting my garden plot in, which, I can't remember how many of these I need, but I'm pretty sure I need more space than this for sure, because I still don't have a spot for trees, things like that. But yeah, that's what I've been working on today. I kind of tore my extra forge up for a minute here until I can get it put back down in place. I'm not quite ready to put it someplace yet. Where would I put dirt? Down here, I'd imagine. Actually, it'd have to go over here. You guys can go in here. I need to take those with me. That, of course, has got to go with me. Ooh, it's really foggy all of a sudden, and you can go in there. So there. Oh, it's raining. It's not fog. It's rain. I put in a new ladder over here in this corner, and basically I'm in the process of closing that whole part there off. But while I was out here chopping down some trees, I came across the that well that we saw the other day, and I thought today we could go take a peek as to what is down the well to get started here with its gap in the middle here. Let's see if we can't fill that gap in so I don't fall to my untimely demise. Alright. Oh yeah, I forgot the billion HP door I've got to bust my way through here. Ugh. So I was planning on watching some episodes of Fear the Walking Dead today. That didn't happen. I we made it through quite a bit of D&D yesterday, since my family kept me going for about 6 straight hours, and I didn't intend to tear through everything I had prepared, but we did end up tearing through everything I had. Well, I mean, technically everything I had prepared, I'd planned for them to fight last week, but since they didn't, we went through what, two things? Yeah, we went through two things the week before, and there were 5 things to do yet, and so I didn't expect them to make it through 5 things when we only went through 2 things the week before. But no, we pushed all the way through 6 hours of questing and whatnot. So instead of watching Fear the Walking Dead, since we all made it to level 3, and level 3 is mildly complicated for melee classes, I brought the 2 other melee people down today, and went over their options so that I can prepare their material. And I figure it's easier not to give them the books directly and to just give them the new pieces of information as we reach it, since they have access to like the types of equipment and all that stuff, but for their individual class information. I've been trying to keep it down to just the new stuff each time. Because, well, one of them's 6, so I don't want the 6-year-old to be completely... And I'm not sure he could... It would probably take him a couple of weeks, at least, reading every day, as much as he could to get through the... I mean, he's 6. He is almost, like, halfway through the first Harry Potter book, so... Maybe he could handle it. I'm not sure. But, yeah. And then, the other people have played it before, but they haven't played this version. And so, we had to go over... Basically it works like this. If you've never played before, you choose a type of character you want to play, and I don't mean like their species or anything like that, but you choose what they're going to do, and mostly it revolves around, do you want to be a weapon fighter with spells, a weapon fighter with heals, a healer, an environmental caster like vines and thorns and stuff like that, or a spellcaster, and which I guess is just a spellcaster. So there's a few different types of spellcasters, a few different types of healers, a few different types of fighter casters, and then there's, straight up caster, straight up fighter, straight up healer, sort of. The healer is actually basically a fighter anyways on its own. It's very weird to me that the way fighters work, or not fighters, healers work, because there are types of healers that aren't healers so much as warriors with abilities, spells that make their fighting better. But anyways, so after you choose that, like for example, my character's a fighter, but he uses bows, so he's an archer. And then one of us plays a fighter that uses 2 weapons. Same class, different play styles, different tweaks. And then one of us plays a druid, which is a sorta healer, sorta environmental wizard. And one of us plays a thief. And although thief also splits into 3 very distinct things once you hit level 3, and then man, I should have brought... I don't have anything is the problem. I am very low on stimulants to make this stand around in the dark trying to bust down this 8,000 hit point door, which is only for the first level, right? Don't I have to break down another... Oh, my pickaxe didn't even make it all the way through. Dang it. Well, there goes my plan for today. Not really. I've just got to figure out where I'm at, where my base is at, and go get some more materials to try and make another pickaxe. I'm pretty sure there's like another layer of the door I have to bust through now. Ugh, I forgot how thick those doors are. But I wanted to get in there and see if we couldn't find some good loot. Oh, I didn't finish this off. Here, I don't need to carry these ladders anymore at the moment. I do, however, need more metal. And so when you get started out, you got basic abilities in whatever you chose to be. And so like the basic druid, right, gets a few spells. Basic fighter basically is just a fighter. Uses weapons. No real bonuses on that. Um, Thief gets some bonuses right off the bat with their ability to do extra damage, and Thief is more or less your infiltrator or your assassin, and so it's not just a thief. And then the monk is kung fu monk, just a hand-to-hand fighter or unarmed, hand-to-hand fighter kind of thing. And so, anyways, they when a caster hits level 2, that's when the caster classes choose their direction of their class, I guess you'd say. And so at level 3, then all the melee, weapon-based classes choose their direction. And so when the caster classes at level 2 hit their direction, well, there was just the druid that I had to go over stuff with, so that didn't take very long. But this time I had to look through this stuff for myself and try and figure out what I wanted to do. And then the other fighter, I had to go through it with him so that he could figure out what he wanted to do. And then the 6-year-old had to, oh, dang it, I don't have wood. I had to go over it all with the 6-year-old and explain to him what all the different things for his class were, because he's like, oh, I want this and I want this and I want this. I'm like, no, those are from all the separate groups. You have to pick one group. I guess I wouldn't have to. I guess I could have made a special thing for him, but and then I had to go over the thief if it was gonna focus on thiefly things, assassin things, that kind of stuff. So I brought them down today and discussed with them what kind of changes, how their character would evolve over time, which of the 3 choices you get to make at that level, which locks you into what kind of thing you want to be. So, like for example, the fighter class that I play is locked into I guess I could have just repaired that and it would have been faster, but I'd rather make new ones. I'm always just making new ones until I get something special. I don't need to repair anything. You know what, I kind of want to go maybe search this house over here. See if we can't get lucky with some stimulant so I can get through this faster. Dude, that toy says empty. But, so we did that for a while, and so that lets me prep all their materials. And, ooh, new journal entry, cold weather. I can't believe that's the first time I've been cold. Oh, that's probably the first time I've been down to 31 degrees. So once I got all that sorted, then I started working on what we're going to do next week. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Because I wasn't looking for ideas, but I was looking at D&D stuff, just looking, and I came across this thing that was like the 10 scariest D&D levels ever made or something like that. And man, I mean, scary is such a relative term. Like, things don't scare me like that, so calling it scary just means it's gonna be quote creepy, I guess. And there's some creepy stuff in D&D, obviously. Uh, and I was always a big fan of the gelatinous cube, which is a giant pile of jello that is made of acid, so it melts your face off. I always thought that thing was crazy. But, oh, I'll bet my pickaxe is ready to go. Let's go back down here in the well, pound on the door in the dark some more. So as I'm reading through this thing, there's a... It was older modules, and so they weren't for the version... Oh, the door just died. I expected there to be a totally another version, so this is awesome. We'll get in here and see what we can find. Leather gloves, nice. Leather legs, nice, because I don't have... There's the leather boots. Man, we find the leather BP, I can make some armor. Yeah, okay, that's not as helpful. Hunting knife, nice. That's useful. The mini bike, that's awesome. That's some good find right there. I'll take it. Oh man, another one of those blasted doors. And so I'm reading through these things, and they were just like, I don't even remember. I only remember the one. Just the one was like, oh, I am totally making them go through this. It won't be exact, of course, because gotta adapt it to the new version and our current storyline. But I am totally adapting this storyline. And I'm kind of excited for it because it's like two of my favorite horror movies all wrapped together. Oh, exciting. And it's basically gonna be Aliens mixed with The Thing. And that's exciting to me. Because I love both those movies a lot. And can I make my own mining helmet? I can, and I probably have the parts for it mostly now, but I don't have a workbench. And so it basically works out like this. They're caught in a blizzard, and they wind up in... Now, mine's going to be a little different. They're not going to be caught in a blizzard. They're going to be specifically sent to this place by their current boss to find out what's going on, because they've gotten reports of people dying at a higher number than normal. And so they're going to go into the mountains, and they're going to have to check out what's going on with this small, well, not that small, but a, what's the word I want? Outpost that's in the mountains for mining and trapping, and being D&D, probably for meetings between some of the less civilized races. So there's going to be people there that aren't normal people that you might interact with. And man, I was really hoping to get. I was really hoping to get a mining helmet out of this. I am gonna see about taking one of these buggers apart right here. That's electrical components, right? Yeah, alright, let's just get out of here then. And so, when they arrive, it's called Jacob's Well. And I'm probably going to change the name, but it's called Jacob's Well, and they arrive, and the, well, I guess we could just go ahead and check another house here, since I didn't find what I was looking for. So they go in, and I want to say I didn't read the Jacob's Well storyline itself very closely, just enough to see why it was like Aliens and the Thing, and so because I'm kind of new to D&D myself, so I'm not aware of all the creatures that are out there, and so it turns out there's this thing called Slod, and or maybe a Slade. I'm not sure. We'll say Slod, and it's a creature from another plane that reproduces by striking the someone, and there's a 25% chance, which is very high, that when it strikes someone, it lays an egg in their body. And if they're not aware of what it is and that they have been infected, in 2 to 24 hours, it hatches. And it hatches by bursting out of your chest. And then on top of that, it doesn't take it very long to get to adult. And one of the versions of the adult is a shapeshifter. So you never know if someone is it or themselves. And that sounds freaking fantastic to me, because I love Aliens and The Thing, and it's like a combination of the two. And so I am all excited to have them run through this. Like I said, I'm going to change up some stuff. I honestly might rename the place McCready's Well. And since they're not fans of horror movies, or they're 6 and they've never seen the horror movies, I don't think they're gonna get the references. I can't do a Ripley because everybody's gonna recognize Ripley. That's just too ingrained in the. I mean, they do watch Alien movies because we're supposed to go see the new one, hopefully, when it comes out here in a week or so. Or is it this week? I forget. I gotta look. But yeah, I am excited for that. But yeah, and so they're gonna get there, and there's gonna be people dead, and there's gonna be wounded people being brought into the compound, and then Blizzard's gonna come up, and they're gonna have to seal the doors, and they're gonna be snowed in this compound with a dozen or so people, and and they're not gonna know what's going on because uh, like all they'll know is that the first well. My plan is to have like some trappers or something. I haven't decided on NPCs yet, but some trappers or something bring in one of their people. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I went back to my base, was to get some more iron to make a new axe. And but to have the trappers bring in a wounded person. But there ought to be wounded people there as well, because I think in the book it's set up for one person, and I have 5 people, so I'm definitely gonna have more than one. And but it's set up for one person, like I said in the books, and I think there's only one of the creatures, and so I am definitely bringing in more people than that, more creatures than that. And so there's already going to be a couple of wounded people at least, and they'll bring in another one, so I can get at least 3. But on top of that, I can just say any single one of them is the kind that can shapeshift, and they're like creepy. They're like lizards. Like lizard toads, I guess. But not just that, they have telepathy and shape-shifting and stuff like that, and so they're dangerous. In fact, the version of the game we're playing, they work differently than the version that's in the. Oh, dude, I can totally make a hunting knife. I'm doing that. I don't like barbed clubs. I need a book yet for the spiked club. I need tools is what I'm trying to do here. I need a new axe. And you might as well just go ahead and craft me a new pickaxe while you're at it. And then this one here, let's go ahead and scrap that one. And I'll just wait for a new one. But yeah, the original one, I think it says, because they come in different colors, and the different colors have different abilities. And so in the whatever version it is that the original story came out for, the red one claws you, lays an egg. 2 to 24 hours later, decided by the dice, it hatches, and then you're faced with a child, and then it goes to oh, I need that chicken. It goes to juvenile, and then adult, and then the adult, of course, can lay eggs again. Oh, look at that. Hunting knife. And so ugh. But then when it potato seeds, dude, I don't know if I had potato seeds yet. That's awesome. That's a great find. I feel like I probably already had potato seeds. I don't know if I have any of these either. I need to take these back with me too for my garden. But so then it lays another red. And in the new version, they're different. I feel like this place might have already been searched. Nope. Just had the back door open. In the new version, they go from color to color, and so I'm not sure how red's happen. But a red lays an egg, and then when the egg hatches into a juvenile, a tadpole to be exact, then the... how long before my axe is ready? Or the knife is faster? No, definitely not. I hear you, man, but my axe is bad, alright? I wonder if I can jump over this. Nope. So the new one, when a red one lays an egg, and it hatches and goes into a tadpole, after the tadpole grows up, which I don't think takes very long either, then, and even if it does, it's not going to take very long in the storyline, because I want it to be creepy. You know, they're going to have a matter of hours to find this thing before it goes adult, because we're playing aliens. And, but a red one turns into a blue one or a green one instead of a red one, depending on the class of the person killed. Blue ones are the super scary ones that can shapeshift. The green ones, after 3 months to a year or something like that, can turn into gray ones, so I didn't bother learning gray ones. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. This thing gives parts I want, and so yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna turn out well. I of course can't get too scary with it because I am playing with a 6-year-old, but it's gonna be at least a little scary. Ish, right? Because, like I said, scary is relative, and I am not creeped out by that kind of stuff. I find it to be really fun. I'm sure in real life, if it was coming for me, I would be completely frightened, cowering on the floor, but you know, I guess we're probably pretty close to, I should be done here, but there is a thing that I've read about that always sounds really interesting to me, is that there's an effect, and I don't know what it's called, and I guess technically I don't know if it's true. It's just something that's in a lot of things I've read, so I'm making an assumption that it's real, but the fact that if something is so far outside of your frame of reference that your senses can't actually detect it in a way that it exists, and I don't mean like it's invisible and so you can't see it. I mean like you see something visually that is so far out of your frame of reference, your brain tries to apply the shapes it knows to the thing you're seeing, and so you might see something that is different than what the thing actually is, because your brain is like, nope, nope, not happening, don't know what that is. But I always thought that was a cool, creepy concept, and which then applies to you know, the big discussion they have on whether or not aliens exist, and so that could be, from, you know, things I've read, one of the things that happens is that people might see something, but their brain can't handle what's happening because they have no concept to apply to it, and so yeah. Aliens is a thing that I really like because if I go into enough thought about it, they creep me out. I guess I liked being creeped out, but That is a thing. Like, well, if the aliens are real, then why hasn't the government told us? Because it would be utter chaos. Uh, that would be such a paradigm shift for the entire human species. Um, because what's the currently held belief that we're alone in the universe? Say it out loud. That sounds crazy. I mean, isn't that just as but creepy as there being aliens, I guess? But yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's a weird ramble there at the end. But I am very excited for the alien slash thing, since it's a shapeshifter and you're trapped in the frozen base with very limited areas you can go. There's a thing in there that if they manage to kill the creature, they get these rewards. But at any time, they can wander off into the blizzard and try to survive the blizzard, uh, which is so the thing. Oh, I'm excited. Um, Only because I love those movies so much. I might have to watch them before Sunday so that I can get ready for this. Alright, with that, click like if you like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.